Hi everyone, my name is Alison. Welcome to my channel, Ancient Oak Psychic Arts. Today I'm going to do a general reading for the sign of Pisces. I'm going to go ahead and pull your overall energy, look at any guidance and advice from Spirit, and also look at any opportunities or challenges that you have coming in and how you can use that to your advantage. So this is good for all placements of Pisces. All right. So I have cleansed, shuffled, and meditated, and I've asked for the strongest energy to come through in the cards for Pisces. And, okay, so those definitely wanted to come out. And just a reminder, there's going to be a few announcements at the end, so definitely stick around for that. So the cards that came out were the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Interesting. Okay. So, what does the universe want to tell Pisces today? Four of Pentacles. So that's going to be the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, because those two, the first two cards fell out. Then we've got the Nine of Pentacles. We've got the Tower. We've got the Eight of Pentacles for your opportunity. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. And for your challenge, the King of Wands. So you have the King, Queen, and the Knight of Wands. You're just missing the page. Interesting. Okay, so let's take a look around the room. So we have only one major arcana, and that is the Tower in your guidance and advice from Spirit. No aces, a lot of court cards. And we definitely have Wands and Pentacles. No Cups and Swords. Isn't that interesting? No, your mind and your heart, your mind and your emotions are not here right now. This is about you taking action, and it's about your relationship into the 3D world. This is you, I think, having a focus and now taking action on what direction it is you want to go in. But let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see what the cards have to say. All right, so I'm going to start with your overall energy, and that's going to be your recent past, which is the Queen of Wands, and this card flew out. This is you self-actualizing. This is you having a game plan, and now you're starting to follow it. You're starting to take action on it. This is you starting to reach out to people, using your charm, your charisma. You're using, it could even be that you're using your body in some cases. And I'm not trying to say that to be funny, but that's part of what this card is. You're doing a lot of things to get what it is that you want. Let me turn my fan on. So this is really you self-actualizing, stepping into your power, into your magic boldly. You really don't have any fear when this card shows itself. That is your recent past. Your present energy is the Knight of Wands. This is you on a mission. So that's you self-actualizing. Now you are on a mission. You are laser focused on what it is that you want to do, and you're going to execute that plan. Her mission is to see this flower that blooms once a year at midnight in the dark, scary forest. She doesn't care if there's other animals or creatures out there. She's going to pursue her passion to see this flower. And that is what you're doing. You're doing it in your recent past, and it's carrying over into your present. Now, when we get to your near future, we've got the Four of Pentacles. This is a stubborn, stuck energy. So there's some type of block that's come up. So this is a block in the 3D because we're looking at Pentacles. So this is maybe you holding on to something too tight. It's a control issue. This could be something where a block came up that's preventing you from self-actualizing. So Pentacles are financial. It could be money. It could be a relationship. It could be work that's gotten in the way. Maybe, again, like I said, finances, maybe something to do with your health. This could be education. This could be traveling. This could be location. Maybe location is an issue for you. Maybe you don't want to leave, and that's a block for you to be able to self-actualize yourself somewhere. There's a lot of different things in the 3D that this could mean, but at the end of the day, this is a stubborn, stuck energy that if you just loosen up a little bit and kind of go with the flow over whatever this issue is, it'll free things up, and it will allow you to continue on that progress of self-actualization. Okay, hold on one second. My alarm's going off. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some clarifiers with that. It's just this continuation. You just do not want that blockage. So let's see what the clarifiers have to say. All right. We have the Four of Wands, the Three of Swords. We have the Seven of Swords, the Ace of Cups. We have the King of Wands. Now the King of Wands is here twice. It's also in your challenge position. And we've got the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So that's very telling that it's in the challenge position. So let's go ahead and look at your recent past again. So we've got this Queen of Wands, and she is being clarified by the Four of Wands and the Three of Swords. This is really a time where not only are you self-actualizing by stepping into your power, this is also a celebratory time. This is a great time for you to celebrate. And you know what? This is about celebrating milestones. Maybe it is a milestone that you have stepped into your power. Maybe you've been putting it off, and maybe you've been having a hard time finding it, whatever the reason is. Maybe that is also something to celebrate. This is the card of freedom. Maybe there's something about it where you're stepping into your power and it's very freeing. This is the 1111 card, and this gateway is open for you to walk through. This can also be the card of marriage. I feel that maybe for some of you that this involves you being around other people, that it benefits you to be in the company of others right now in a high vibing environment, whether it's at work, relationships, whatever it is. There's something about that where it's to celebrate with a number of people, right? So when you're celebrating those milestones, I do feel like for some of you, it's about you saying like, my time is now, and I'm going to do this in a positive way. And that's allowing you to have a lot of freedom come into your life and to be able to stand in your truth, not to have to hide behind anything or carry baggage around or whatever might have those other ancillary type feelings. But I just feel this is something that's really coming in very strong for you. That is a powerful energy that's coming off that card. I feel like this has been a long time coming for you. And then we have this Three of Swords. This is about you having some memories that are coming up. This is the card that's talking about maybe there's some things from your past that are past traumas, past hurts, and they're coming up for you in the form of memories, because these are swords. Swords are thoughts, words, and ideas. I know it looks like a broken heart, like you were stabbed in the heart, and this would be emotions because you see the heart, but it is the Three of Swords. So this is, I feel like, memories of the past coming up. And even if it's recent, it could be the memories of yesterday, of last week, of childhood, you know, but I just feel like these are some painful memories that are surfacing while you're celebrating. So it's a mixed bag, and isn't that life? But it is a mixed bag coming in for you as far as that goes. That's your recent past. Then we're looking at your present energy, and this is the Knight of Wands. So you're definitely on that mission, and it's being clarified by the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Cups, a literal gift and blessing from the universe and a new beginning. This Seven of Swords is talking about you being strategic. What is it that you want to do? How are you going to get there? Who do you want to let know what you're doing, if anyone? This is you being really careful about who you share your mission with, who you share your desires with right now. This is something that maybe it's very personal. It's something that you're kind of keeping your cards close to your chest for a while you're on this adventure, this quest. There's something to be said about that you don't want that kind of maybe interference coming in. So it's about being strategic. This is also about you being in the flow. This is the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Love. This is you literally having that flow, and that's that mind, body, soul going on up to source. And when you're in that flow, you're a magnet. You're loving. Everything is overflowing with abundance. And you draw things to you. Your cup is always full. If it gets a little empty, you dip it down in the water and you fill it again. You are in that flow. This is allowing you to attract a lot of beautiful things in your life. It's also new beginning. So maybe it is a new beginning in love. Maybe it's a new chapter in a beautiful, loving relationship that you're already in. Maybe this is you having something that is divinely aligned for you, like in a career, or maybe it's a hobby. Maybe it's time for you to retire and do something else. Whatever it might be for you, this is something where it is lining up with your heart, what it is that you're passionate about, what it is that you want to do. This could be something that you feel very intuitively. This can be something where maybe you're reconnecting to source. A lot of people are on a spiritual path because they're not satisfied going to other religious organizations. It's not meeting a need, a deep need inside, and so they're looking outside of these organizations. They're looking for something that's a deeper spiritual path, a one-on-one relationship with source, not necessarily something that has a doctrine. They're looking for that depth. They're looking for that feeling. They're going out in nature more. They're looking, right? They're on a quest. And that's part of what this card is saying. You're looking for that spiritual connection, a very deep, loving connection. It's about love. And you're opening up because what you're doing now is not satisfying for you. And this is giving you an opportunity and a new beginning to find that, to be on that quest, to self-actualize that aspect of yourself, to be strategic about it. Maybe there's certain people you can't even express that to because they won't understand. That's up to you, right? This is up to you. Just be strategic about it. Use your head. All right, then we get into your near future. Oops. And that is the Four of Pentacles. Now, those two cards fell out. This one I was able to pull out like a regular card. This Four of Pentacles is talking about that stubborn, stuck energy, and it is being clarified by the Page of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands is also in your challenge position. Same card, different deck. This is the traditional card. So when we're looking at these two cards, again, they're court cards. This is really talking about you are being presented with an opportunity. This is for you to be looking for an opportunity also. So it will present, you'll see it. You think about it for a while. This is you gathering information about it. You're starting the research. You're starting that process. That will help with the blockage, is what I'm finding. That blockage, maybe it's from fear, and maybe it's from lack of knowledge. And this is the opportunity for you to have some knowledge to start pursuing something new for your future. This king is all about self-actualization and keeping his eye on the prize, and he will win always. This king does not like to lose. He's all about action. He knows what the plan is, and he's going to execute it. And he's bold, and he's courageous, and he's quick. And that's something that's coming in for you. And that is the opposite of this card. Stubborn, stuck, fixated, unable to move. He's all about movement. This is the king of fire, of action. So it's for you to take that smart, educated action after doing a lot of information gathering and figuring out what it is that you need to do, and that will help steer you in the right direction. This is a king that's bold and courageous, and he likes to self-actualize. So definitely take a look at that. All right, that is your overall energy. If that sounds like something you're going through right now, then this is your reading. All right, let's go ahead and get into the guidance and advice from Spirit. We've got 3 cards, and then I'll pull clarifiers. The 9 of Pentacles, the Tower, and the 8 of Pentacles. So this is all about Spirit saying to be independent, self-reliant, to really have some focus in your life right now, that's really the key. That's going to bring you the success you're looking for. She's got that laser focus. She's enjoying her life. She's enjoying her solitude. She's worked really hard to get there. You're also able to enjoy the finer things in life at this stage because you've worked so hard to get there and you have a lot of things to show for it. So why not enjoy the fruits of your labor? There's nothing wrong with that, and that's what this card is talking about. Then we have the Tower. Spirit is saying you're going to have a Tower moment. You're going to have a lot of revelations coming in around you. The Tower could be neutral. It could be painful. It's revelations that are coming in. This is also talking about releasing what no longer serves you. And that's usually when the universe comes in and releases what no longer serves you. For example, let's say you don't like your job. Let's say you get up every day, you go to work, you're just going through the motions because you know what? It's a paycheck and it pays the bills and it's comfortable even though you don't like it. One day you wake up, your job is gone. Building burned down, you get laid off, whatever it is, and now you don't have a job. Well, now you're forced to go out and find a job. And now you find the job of your dreams, but you never would have done that if you didn't have that tower moment. Because you were comfortable and there was no reason for you to leave. You just did not want to do it for whatever reason, right? So that tower moment has created space, a void. And now that new job that you just found is filling that void. But you never would have had it if you didn't have the tower moment. You were panicking. How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? But you went out and you looked for different jobs, but you really wanted something that was more down, maybe say a different path. Let's say you were a doctor, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know what? This really isn't for me. I really want to be a chef. I know someone that did that. They walked away from the medical profession and decided they wanted to be a chef. That is a huge pay cut. That is a huge change of life. You work with a completely different caliber of person. It is a completely, almost like a night and day type difference. But if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. And if there's something maybe that happened in that, let's say it was a doctor's job, let's say something happened, and then whatever that was, then you decided to go and follow the other path. And now you're really happy. It happens. That is a tower moment. But it's those revelations that come in around it. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles. This is you having that type of self-mastery. And this self-mastery leads to this card, which came out first. The Nine of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is talking about your due diligence. You're paying attention to details. You're putting the work in. You really want to achieve something and you're willing to work for it. And it's that self-discipline that builds character, and it also allows you to have a high probability of winning. That is one of the other things that Spirit is saying. So let's go ahead and get some clarifiers. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Pisces, the wheel turns in your favor. Oh, luck and right timing in the guidance and advice from Spirit. Oh my God, over the Tower of all the cards, your revelations are luck and right timing. Just like I said, let's say you lose your job and then you get the job of your dreams. That was the revelation and luck and right timing. It might not feel good at the time, but when you're looking back and you're seeing how everything lined up, it makes sense, but not when you're caught in the moment. And usually it's uncomfortable. Let's get the other cards. Four of Pentacles, that's now here twice, and I'll show you in a second. The Five of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Okay, so when we're looking at this Nine of Pentacles, it's being clarified by a lot of court cards. So we've got the Queen of Swords and we've got the King of Pentacles. So this is about you being grounded, stable, secure, keeping your eye on the prize for the physical world, for the material world. What is it that you want in the material world? Because you're definitely working really hard to get there. That's what these grapes are representing. All your hard work, effort, energy, time, your resources that you put into it, your knowledge that you put into it. This is you working hard your whole life to achieve this. It's a huge card. It's transformational, and he's not about to give it up anytime soon. He knows his worth and value. That is you keeping your laser focus right here and your eye on the prize. Then we have the Queen of Swords. She's got clarity. This is your eye on the prize with clarity. Her head is above the clouds. She's looking towards your future with her sword of truth, and it's transformational. This sword of truth is allowing her to cut away any ties to things that no longer serve her, things that are interfering, maybe blockages, people, places, things, ideas, maybe old versions of you. You're cutting that cord. Maybe it's an old relationship and you're cutting that cord completely. You're not thinking about that other person. Even if it's hard, you're still cutting that cord because you know you need to move forward in life. It's that kind of energy, but at the end of the day, it's you getting that clarity. And that really helps you. Remember, she's looking towards your future. Then we have the Tower. And you have that Tower moment with revelations, and it's being clarified by the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Pentacles. Now, this is the traditional Four of Pentacles. The other one is the main card in your near future. Same card, different deck. That stubborn, stuck energy. Stubborn, stuck energy. So, stubborn and stuck. That wheel's not going to turn. This wheel turns, not that one. That's a stubborn, stuck, fixated form that's a blockage, and it blocks the heart chakra. So you're having a revelation. You need to have a Tower moment around whatever it is that you're holding on to, because it's blocking the wheel. And when you have that revelation and that Tower moment come in, luck and right timing, the wheel turns in your favor, even if it doesn't feel like it, and opportunities are going to present to you. It's crazy how things are lining up, but this is a big sweeping movement. It could be your house burns down. And I know this sounds dramatic. It's a little bit of hyperbole, but your house burns down. You loved your home. You loved your neighborhood, but maybe the house was too big because your kids are gone now, and really you are there alone, or you're there with your husband. And all of a sudden, you know what? Now this home is gone. So now you go and you find a smaller home, or you find it in maybe a different part of the state or country or city that you really want to live in, because, you know, maybe you liked your neighborhood, but you could always go up, or you could always do something different. Maybe you wanted more land, a bigger yard, or less yard. Whatever the situation is, now this has freed you up. You've got your insurance money, and now you go get another house. And you know what? This one is more in alignment. Maybe it's a brand new house, and you're grateful for how everything is so modern. Maybe you had an old home and you were constantly putting money in. It was a money pit. Whatever the situation, you get what I'm saying. Whatever happens with this revelation, this Tower moment, it tends to work out in your favor. It's removing a blockage, the Tower moment. And that is luck and right timing. It gets you to where you need to be. All right. So then we have this type of self-mastery and all of that hard work. Practice makes perfect. Being clarified by the Five of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Again, swords are thoughts, words, and ideas. And these are painful, stinging words. Stinging ideas. These are things that are coming in that maybe they're not the nicest things that are said. They're things that are said maybe in an argument or a fight that you can't take back, and they tend to stick to you. So while you're working on this type of self-mastery in the 3D, there's something going on around you. This could even be self-doubt, these negative thoughts that are coming up, and they want to sabotage you. All right, so this is you being aware that there are these thoughts that are coming up, or these words that are being spoken, and taking action on what it is you want to do about it. And by action, that could just be ignoring it. That could be walking away from it, having a discussion with the person that's saying it, or maybe you're saying it to yourself, you know, and it's self-doubt. And maybe it's you saying, you know what, I'm not going to talk to myself that way anymore. I'm going to make a conscious effort to not belittle myself. I'm going to start telling myself that I am deserving of love and that I am worthy. And I'm not going to talk to myself that way anymore. That is if you are belittling yourself, or, you know, however that's coming in, because that's something that I think is, you know, words are powerful. I want you to think about this. If you haven't heard this, spelling, casting a spell, words, spelling, think about it. The words you choose are powerful. How are you describing yourself, the world we live in, the world around you? They have a vibration. And how is it being spoken, right? How is the accentuation on it? What is being said? So pay attention to your words. We also have the 9 of Swords. Again, more swords. This is your words. These are all your fears, guilt, anxiety, shame. They're stacking up like a ladder. This is keeping you up at night. This is you over-processing in your head. This is you processing images and words, because maybe you're playing a scenario over and over in your head, but it has the attachments of these words of guilt, shame, anger, humiliation, whatever it might be. These are more negative things that are coming up. That's those connotations. But this type of self-mastery will help you overcome that, to push through that, and to look for something bigger, better, and more beautiful. Tap into your inner beauty. That is the guidance and advice from Spirit. Now we're going to go ahead and look at your opportunity and your challenge. So your opportunity is the Knight of Pentacles. There's something about, you know, there's fast moving cards here, but there's also slower moving cards here. You have an opportunity to enjoy the moment, enjoy the ride, enjoy this walk in the forest looking for crystals. It might be a little plodding at time, but you know what? You're enjoying it. It's a nice, lovely stroll. It's a day out. It's you just taking time to smell the roses. It's a beautiful opportunity. Slow and steady wins the race. Maybe this is allowing you to rest and recover and rejuvenate yourself as you're just meandering through the forest. That is your opportunity. We'll get clarifiers in a minute. Your challenge is the King of Wands. Now your challenge, the King of Wands is here twice. Remember, same card, different deck. It's a clarifier in your near future. Near future. This is your challenge. So you have a challenge that's related to your future, right? So your challenge, is it impossible? No. The challenge just means you have to work a little harder at it to achieve it. And when you do, it's incredibly rewarding. But it is in the challenge position now. So that means it's a challenge for you to self-actualize. Everything he has is inside him. That is his familiar, his fire drake. This is allowing him to tap into that inner fire, that inner desire and drive to self-actualize, to create something beautiful, to go for it, right? To go for keeping your eye on the prize and to take that action. This is fire. But it's in the challenge position. So let's get some cards and find out why it's in the challenge position. Is there a blockage? Okay, let's look at that. We have the Emperor. We have the Hierophant. We have the 8 of Wands and the 6 of Cups. All right. So when we're looking at your opportunity to really enjoy your time in the forest, nice and slow and easy, having a beautiful day, just meandering around, it's being clarified by the Emperor and the Hierophant. So you've got 2 major arcanas that are pretty intense. This is telling you that, you know, you can keep your emotions inside, but you're ready to fight at any moment for what it is that you want. So while you're meandering around, you're still in charge of your life. You're still in control. This is still allowing you to have this peace that you need to keep yourself sustained and nourished, and it nourishes the soul and to keep going. That's you being a boss. That's you giving yourself that self-care and self-love. That's you enjoying the material world. That's you being out in nature and knowing just how important that is for you, how that restores your soul, right? This is you maybe going camping for a weekend and how it's very restorative. You know, even if it doesn't feel good sleeping on the ground because you don't have your memory foam mattress, but it's you out in nature. It's you hearing the sounds out in the woods all night long. It's that kind of energy that's exhilarating, even though you're going out there for rest. It's you not even sleeping the first night or two because it's so exciting to be out in the forest. It's that kind of energy, you stepping into that power, taking charge of your life. Then we've got the Hierophant. He is the intermediary between Source and his disciples. And this is telling me that you are getting some divine downloads that are coming in for you right now. It's a blessing. I think that there's something about you, and I feel like you're getting it from being out in nature. I think that whether it's you walking on the beach, walking in a park, this could be you communing with trees, and I say that in all seriousness, because if you're in a park and you know how beautiful and lush the trees are, maybe you've got one right outside your front door, whatever it is, there's something about you connecting to nature, putting your roots in the ground, your feet in the ground there, whether it's in, like I said, whether it's in the mountains, the desert, it doesn't matter, at the beach. It's you connecting to the earth. It's you grounding your feet in and that release and exchange of energy. That is something that's coming through, but you're also getting these divine downloads as you're walking out in nature with spirit. There's something definitely coming in for you that's very nourishing. It's very restorative to your soul. So this is something that is definitely coming in. It's all centered around that Knight of Pentacles in this deck. That's a huge opportunity for you. All right, now let's go ahead and look at your challenge. Your challenge is the King of Wands. So your challenge is to self-actualize. Now remember, the challenge is not impossible. It just means that, there's something going on. And honestly, it's really, I think, related to that blockage, because that's what this King of Wands is clarifying, is that blockage. So it's in the challenge position because you've got gifts and blessings and omens coming in, and you need to tap into something you love. So maybe that's it. Maybe you need to get some passion about something. Pursue something that you're really passionate about, because that's what you were doing with that Queen of Wands and that Knight of Wands, and then it turned into the Four of Pentacles. And somehow maybe you got blocked from your passion. You lost it. So it's getting back in touch with it. With these gifts, blessings, and omens, they carry important messages. This is a fast-moving energy, so really get in touch with it, and then you'll be able to really step into your power and self-actualize. This is about you doing something that you love. It's plain and simple. Just do something that you love. Be with somebody that you love from the purity of your heart. It's that unconditional love, and it's beautiful. This is going back to that time before any bitterness or cynicism touched your heart, and really opening that up. How beautiful is that? So that is your challenge. Okay, so that's your opportunity, and that is your challenge. It's there for everybody, but not everybody grabs it, yet it is available. All right, Pisces, that's what I have for you for today. If you could, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And leave a comment if this resonates with you. And definitely leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. You know I'm getting ready to travel. I just got back from New Zealand and Australia last month. This fall, I'm going to Canada on the eastern side because I'm in Florida, so I'm going right up the coast. And I'm going to be on the Canadian side of Niagara Falls. I'm going to also be in Nova Scotia, and then I'm going to be going up to other areas of Canada, but I'm not sure where yet exactly, but you'll be the first to know. Then I'm doing a second trip to Scotland and Scandinavia because I am Scottish, English, and I am Danish. And those are the countries I have not been to. I can't believe it. I've been all over Europe, but I have not been to those countries. So this is going to be a really magical trip for me. I'm really excited because I definitely identify with those areas. So super excited to go. What else to tell you? You can join my membership on the YouTube channel. It's a phenomenal community. If that's something you'd like to be part of, consider joining. It's also a way to support the channel. But our community is growing all the time, and it's phenomenal. I'm looking at my notes. Then I go live 3 days a week. I go live on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then on Thursday in the morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then again in the evening on Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I answer your questions. It is by donation. You can submit your donation in advance or the day of the show through PayPal, Venmo, Stripe. Day of the show, you can do it with a super chat also. Just note the super chat is more expensive because YouTube takes 40%. That's all it is. And so just to keep it fair, that's why that's a little bit more. What else to tell you? Oh, if you've never seen an episode, go back and watch a previous episode to get an idea what it's like. It is a lot of fun. If you can watch it live, show up in the chat. I've got wonderful moderators, and the people that show up are fantastic. I'm really blessed. We have a phenomenal community, and that's something you want to be part of. Show up. You don't even have to ask a question to be there. Just hang out in the chat. It's got a life of its own. Oh my God, I can't talk today. Sorry, it's the end of the day. And then I've been channeling. So you can also go to my website, ancientoakpsychicarts.com, same name as the channel. Links are in the description below. And there you can sign up for the free newsletter. You can also book a personal reading with me, do a missing person consultation if you or someone you know has a missing loved one. You can also check out the Learning Center, and that's where my 5-week manifestation masterclass is that starts on August 5th. The deadline for early bird is, I believe it is July 22nd, so that's a couple of days out. So after that, you can still sign up. It's just the early bird pricing has gone away. Definitely sign up if that's something you're interested in. If you're new and you don't know, I am a master manifester. I started my first business at 13 and a half, and I'm about to be 59. I have businesses outside of the psychic work. So if that's a skill you want to learn it from someone that knows what they're doing. You can use these skills for business, starting your own business. This could be getting the job of your dreams. This could be getting a soulmate. This could be having someone bring you a cup of coffee every day. Whatever it is that you want to manifest in, it's the same technique that you use across the board. All right, so definitely sign up for that. Also, I have my online tarot masterclass coming in August, the end of August, and I'm filming the videos now, and that is something where I normally teach it live twice a year, in March and in October, but we're all in different time zones. We all have different schedules. I've been asked to go ahead and upload it so people could watch it in their own time, so that is coming if that's something you're interested in, if you want to learn my style. So definitely go ahead and sign up for that when it's available. I also do private lessons, one-on-one tarot, manifestation, and raising your vibration if that is something that you want help with. And you can check out Alison's picks. Those are my affiliate links. And then also I do the occasional interview. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here today. And I hope you have a beautiful week. And I will talk to you later. Sending you lots of love. Bye for now.